Hello everyone, myself Miss Pramila. In our channel we have seen many information it's related to history. In today's session we are going to see about the non-material heritage. Have you heard interesting fables and tales about king, forest, demons, birds or animals? Do you know these stories that have been passed down from one generation to another from a part of our heritage? However, these do not have physical form the way the thing that belong to our material heritage do. These are not like the monuments, sculptures, painting tools that we have inherited from our past generation. These are interested a part of our lives in the way we make use of them, learn from them, and enjoy them. Hence, things such as stories, dances, music, songs, rituals, skills, and traditional knowledge, though they cannot be touched or seen in a physical form, constitute our non material heritage. In that, first we are going to see about oral tradition. Knowledge is passed on from one generation to another as a tradition in different ways. The oral tradition, where people verbally pass on the knowledge. Stories about deities, knowledge about medicines, rituals, skills are all transferred from one generation to another through oral tradition. Storytellers, singers, puppeteers, teachers, grandparents, and parents play an important role in passing on this traditional knowledge to new generations. Stories from the Panchatantra, a very ancient collection of stories, remain one of the most popular form of oral literature. Panchatantra stories have animal characters who teach important lessons in an interesting manner. Some of the famous Panchatantra tales are the lion and the bull, the monkey and the crocodile, the lion and the mouse. Jataka tales are short Buddhist tales. They have many stories that share common elements with the Panchatantra stories. They have also been popular medium for teaching oral conduct and good behavior. Now we are going to see about the puppetry. Puppetry is an important form of oral tradition. It has a different form in India. The theme of puppet shows are stories of king, horrors, episodes of from Ramayana and Mahabharata, folk tales, Jataka tales, and everyday life of the people, local people. Some of the prominent puppet from are string puppet, shadow puppets, and glow puppets. The puppets are colorfully decorated with different types of cloth, materials, and ornaments. Their customs are typical of the local area they perform in or originate from. So, from that, we are going to see first a string puppet. String puppets are made of cloth stuffed with cotton rags. Strings are attached to all parts of the puppets and are pulled or released to a person sitting behind the curtain. The string puppets have different names in different states like Katputli in Rajasthan, Goplila in Odisha, and Putala Nach in Assam. Now, the second is shadow puppet. Shadow puppet are flat, opaque cutouts of characters that moves behind an illuminated screen. The screen is made of stretch white cloth. Therefore, that we see is a shadow of characters. This form of puppetry is practiced in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Odisha, and Tamil Nadu. This is the shadow puppet. Now, the glow puppet. Glow puppet is also called the hand puppet. It is a small figure with a head and arms and a long flowing skirt. The puppet is owned by the puppeteer like a glow. Glow puppets are popular in the southern state of India. Like a puppetry, there are the arts also. So, the performing arts we are going to see now. In that, see, dance and music are collectively known as performing art because they are performed in front of the audience. They make use of costumes, makeups, and lights. Natya Shastra, written about 2000 years ago by Bharat Muni, is the book that lays down the principle of dance, drama, music, expression, makeup, stage design. Natya Shastra discuss 9 different moods or rasas. So from that dance we are going to see there are two types of dance form in India: classical dance form and folk dance form. Indian classical dance were initially performed in temples. Later, these dances began to perform in royal courts. There are different types of classical dances in India. Let's learn about them. So, the first classical dance is Bharatnatyam. Bharatnatyam is a classical dance of Tamil Nadu. It has been named after the Bharat Muni, the author of Natya Shastra. It is a beautiful combination of expression, melody, and rhythm. Intense footwork, including foot stamping and various hand gestures, mudras, are characteristics of Bharatnatyam. This is the Bharatnatyam. Now we are going to see about the Kathak. Kathak comes from the word katha, meaning story. It is the classical dance of northern and western India. Traditionally, stories of Radha Krishna were shown through these dances, but later during the Mughal period, it became more entertaining in nature. Kathak has more footwork than hand gestures. Do you know Kathak dances wear 150 ankle bells on each leg?